Hey, 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 welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm Trevor Crane, and I couldn't be more excited for this training that we're about to do. This is called Blank Page from Bestseller. Let me get this up real quick. I had intended on doing this as a live training, but we had some technical difficulties, so I needed to rip this as a recording for you and be able to send it to you. So I'm super excited about this. This training is about, well, it's months in the works. And maybe I feel like I've kind of put the last several years into this. So this is the coolest training I think I can remember ever doing. And the offer I'm going to make you to go ahead and help support you get your book done, I'm just so excited. This is so cool. So let's jump into it. I'm going to go back and forth today with both video and just showing my screen, but I wanted to connect with you first, just here face to face, so you can see that I'm here and that I've got all kinds of cool props for you and stuff. So this is going to be a great, fun training. Let's hit play here. This should work. Let's just make sure that that's going to play. And I think we are good to go. And I'm going to go ahead and stop my video right now so you don't have to watch my face the whole time. So welcome to the training. Today's training is called Blank Page to Bestseller in 90 Days or Less. And I have no doubt that what you're going to learn today is going to be massively valuable. So I can't wait for you to get it all. And I want to help you do that without being a great writer, without wasting a ton of money, or taking a long time. A lot of people think that that's going to take a long time, and that's just a misconception that I would love to go ahead and get rid of for forever. I'm also going to share with you how you can learn to make big money at the same time. In fact, every step of the way, starting today. So I hope you're ready for this. You should probably shut down any other electronics that you have and just get prepared to take notes. And let's have a lot of fun today, because this is going to be a really cool time. If you're feeling like this is going to be cool, then hopefully you're game with me, and let's get this party started. All right. So, oh, and by the way, when you stay to the end of this training, I've got some free gifts for you that I know you're going to love. This one I'm super excited about. It is a program I have called The Power of Storytelling. And the crazy thing about storytelling is when you become an effective storyteller, you actually don't have to sell. The stories can do the ninja selling for you. And you're going to love it, because I'm sharing with you the TED Talk secrets that that the trainers that help people speak at TED Talks actually use. You're going to love these. They're going to be real valuable for you, and you're not going to have to sell. I want you to think of proper storytelling as kind of being like an invisible sales strategy. When you get really good at it. Now, you're going to get 3 secret gifts when you stay to the end of this. I'm not going to tell you what those are, but you should totally look forward to them. Hold on a second. Okay, so here we go. So who is this for? This is for you if you want to write a book, if you have a book. I think those are kind of the only 2 categories. You either want one or you have one, or you have a message that you want to share with the world. Maybe you want to make a difference and help other people. So if that's you, then you're in the right place. Hold on, I'm trying to move this out of my way here so I can see the screen a little better. There we go. Okay. So why do you need a book? And you might be wondering, why do I need one right now? I mean, a lot of people who think they're into a book, but maybe not now, because there's a lot of things like time and money and all of that. That's what people think. Now, here's the deal. Most people their biggest challenge is that they blend in, and it's really difficult for them to differentiate themselves from anyone else. Whether you have a job or you have a business, I tend to work with most people that have businesses and are entrepreneurial. And what your real job is you want to stand out. And there is no better tool in that you can use than getting a book done. The world is filled with experts who are broke. I'm sure you know this. I'm sure there's some very smart people with amazing advice and opinions. Just think of teachers and doctors, and so there's probably a lot of lawyers and a lot of realtors and whatnot that have amazing advice and opinions, but yet nobody is listening to them. This is the core challenge. These experts are actually broke. Hold on, did I just do this 2 slides? I think I did this as 2 slides. I did. Sorry about that. Okay, let's go ahead and continue. So there we go. I got confused there. Most people are invisible to the people that they most want to help, work with, or influence. And they are wasting their time. Most people are wasting their money on marketing and activities that don't work. Most people are overwhelmed and they're working really, really hard, but they're rarely getting paid what they feel like they're worth. Most people are chasing their clients versus doing something to attract them. It's kind of like this crazy game of chasing your tail. If you've ever seen a dog do this, maybe you feel like that, or you know people who felt like that in the past. What a book can actually give you is instant authority, instant credibility, and it creates almost instant trust. And that is not an exaggeration. In fact, I believe the right book creates a burning desire inside of your ideal clients that they want to work with you. It's kind of like handing out golden tickets. If you remember Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, love that. Love that movie. It's kind of like having the right book is like cloning yourself. Imagine having your best stories and your best sales conversations and the best things that influence other people. It's really like having a clone that kind of turns into this automatic money machine if you have the right book. So my goal for you today on this web class is to help you realize that the only way for you to exponentially grow your business is by having a book. And I'm going to give you a lot of examples and reasons that prove that to you. And then the only way for you to properly write, promote, and make money with it is through Epic Author Publishing. So with all the candor, you need to know exactly what my intention is. I want to share with you the most amazing option to have Epic Author Publishing help you publish your book that I've ever even conceived of putting together. So I think you're going to love it. Now, real quickly about me, that I'm Trevor Crane. This is me with my daughter when she was about 3, I think. And that's my dog, Mojo. There's nothing really that special about me. I filed a $2.2 million bankruptcy at one stage. And this is a picture of me on the day that I gave my dog away. The last day that I saw my dog actually alive, because he went over to stayed with a friend who had adopted him because I had no place to live. I was staying at a buddy's house at that time, and they weren't into animals. I was homeless, is what you call that. And those are my torn jeans. And this was my winter wear for my first year in New York City, my first winter in New York City. So I just want to share with you, there's nothing that special about me. I grew up the son of a horseshoer, and I don't know if you know this, but horseshoers don't make a lot of money. So I grew up feeling very poor, and I was never a very good student, and I struggled to get by and to get ahead. Once I finally had some success in life, I lost everything twice, thus the bankruptcy I just told you about. And when it comes to publishing books, it took me over 20 years to publish my first book. And it's not like I wasn't trying. So I genuinely will tell you that I failed to write and publish my book for the first 20 years for a whole bunch of different reasons. But one of the main reasons I was making, and it's the same mistake most people make, is that I started trying to write my book before I really had a clear plan or blueprint. We want to clear that up for you today because it caused me to fail to publish this book for over 20 years. And I had a lot of different book ideas in that time frame. It wasn't until I finally met my first mentor and I stopped the madness. Now, not my first mentor, but my first book mentor. I actually interviewed him when for a podcast, and I had heard about his story, but when I met him and spoke with him, I found that he had not just published his first book and turned it into a #1 bestseller and made $1 million behind it, but he did it when he was on his cancer bed and his hair was falling out, and he wasn't sure if he's ever going to get out of that bed again. And he's looking at his life and thought, what am I leaving behind? What am I leaving for my wife and for my son? And he wrote his book. Now, my excuses seemed pretty paltry in comparison, all my excuses. So finally, I just broke down and hired him. And within the first 3 months, not only did I publish my first book, it became a #1 bestseller, and I 10x my income. So I want to give you a perspective about this really quick. And the only way to really do that is to ask you the question. I want you to imagine this. Write down the most money you've ever made, or say it out loud, or imagine the number in your mind. What's the most money you've ever made? Whether it's in a month or in a year, what is it? Take a moment real quick, and then I want you to put a 0 on the back of that. And then let me know if that number would make a difference in your life, because it certainly did in mine. In fact, I wrote my book and my wife wrote her book the same time frame, and she contributed to us actually 10xing our income. And today I have 11 #1 best-selling books. I'm the host of a podcast called Greatness Quest. I think I'm 5 years into that now. And my mission every day is to help people build their ideal business so they can live their ideal life. So some of that sounds pretty cool. Some of that doesn't sound all that awesome because I had to struggle. But here's the thing. I have a new mission, and part of this whole presentation is designed to help make this happen. I want to help 10,000 new authors become #1 best-selling authors, if we can make that happen, and publish your book, turn it into your most powerful marketing tool, and make big money with it at the same time. And I need your help with that. Now, here's the problem. Most people get this way wrong. They think this is the total plan. Now, I'm gonna debunk what most people think here. They think, you know what I need to do, Trev? I need to write this book, and that's gonna take a lot of work. I'm not a great writer. I don't have a lot of great time. But once I finally get it done, I got a new problem, buddy. I'm gonna have to figure out how to market that. And I don't know how to market a book. That's gonna be a challenge. And then how am I really gonna make money with that thing? But you know what? That's okay. Let's say that I figured that out. I'll write the book, I'll do some marketing, and then hopefully, I'll make some money. And then once I finally make some money, I will meet my mission and I will feel good about myself. And so they think they need to write it, market it, monetize it, and have them and meet their mission. But the truth is this is the exact opposite of how I'd like you to think of it. This is the epic author way. Is that #1, we get totally crystal clear about your mission. Like, what's your purpose and reason for this book? I want you to think of your book as being like your book is a key that opens a door, that opens a room in a castle, like a fortress. A lot of people think that their book needs to be this opus, it's their life's work, and it can be. But oftentimes the right book is a book that is a key that opens a door in a building, like in a fortress or castle. I'm trying to give you that analogy for your own life, that you've got many different rooms in this castle. And your book is going to open one of those doors. Let's get really clear about the mission first. Then second, let's see how you're going to monetize. See, once that door cracks open and somebody wants to walk into the laundry room, pretty valuable room in the house, then they're going to want to do something. Well, you're going to want to figure out how to monetize this message. Monetize this message. Then we'll figure out your marketing plan. Then with that type of clarity, you get your book done extremely fast. Now, see, most people will go out with their book idea, and what they will think is they need to get approval or permission from a traditional publisher to make sure someone deems that their idea is awesome. Now, here I'm going to give you the tale of two authors. Let me do this real quickly again, because I want to go ahead and show you my screen here. Show you my face. So I've got the tale of two authors here for you. And I'm going to give these as two perfect examples. One of them is Lisa Chastain, who's on the screen right now. And she eventually wrote this book. It's called Girl, Get Your Shit Together. And then I've got another client of mine who wrote a book, and I've covered that book because I don't want to throw them under the bus here that much. But here's the thing. One of these guys went with a traditional publisher, and it's actually this book. And this is a great book. In fact, I forgot to write this on the front of it because that's what I wanted to write on here. This actually is a phenomenal book. This is a great book. And this friend of mine, before we actually knew each other, went out and found a traditional publisher. And he got something really awesome out of that. Like, if you go out after a traditional publisher, you don't have to spend any money getting your book done. They will actually pay you. Depends if you get a book deal or not, but he got a book deal. So here's my question for you. I'm gonna give you the first number on this. He made a 1 with a comma and some zeros after it. And I'm just curious what you think he got on his book deal. Because, and I'll go on, I'll tell you a little bit more story about this. Now, Lisa did not choose the traditional publishing route. She chose the Epic Author Publishing route, and she also made money with her book. So I want you to just imagine right now, take a moment to just consider what the numbers are. How many zeros over here and how many zeros over here? Now, while that's happening, I'm going to fill it in. So take a moment. How much do you think he got paid for his book advance? Okay, I'm going to put it right on here. And how much do you think Lisa got paid? Let's say paid to write her book, okay? Because he got a book advance. I'm not talking about what she made afterwards. I'm just talking about how much did she get paid to write her book? How many zeros do you think she got here? I'm so excited to share this with you. Okay, so check it out. My buddy made $1,500 on this book deal. That's not bad. He was very proud of that. And then he went out and he wrote his book, and he didn't have to invest any more money. He actually got paid to write his book. And like I said, it turned out as a very awesome book. And it only took him 2.5 years to get it done. And the only other challenge with that is that the company, actually the publishing company, owns the book. So he wasn't really happy with the title. He didn't promote it or do any marketing in 2.5 years. It took him a long time to get it done. He wasn't in control of the content, the edits, when it would be marketed, how it would be published. And he approached me with some help and said, Trevor, I know I need some help with this. So check it out. So let's talk about Lisa. 2.5 years on my buddy over here. And on Lisa, how much did she make? That's a 1, a 2, and 3 zeros. She made $12,000 to get paid to write her book. Now here's the thing. She met with me for our first session, and I gave her instructions, and you guys are going to have access to me to get the same blueprint session that I had with her as a free bonus in what I'm offering you guys. So I'm basically going to give this away for free to help support you. She went out and she made $12,000 in 30 days. And by the way, she didn't have a title. She didn't have a cover. She didn't even really know what her book was going to be about. Instead, she used the Epic Author Publishing method, and she went out and she got paid. She went out and she started changing lives and helping people, and she did it from based on scratch. She had no list, no following, no anything. Let me see if I've got the next slide here. Oh, let's go ahead and have Lisa tell you in her own words. Here we go.
I jumped out and in 3 short months was able to generate over $30,000 in sales. From the entire weekend, I learned such valuable tools and skills, coupled with learning how to tell stories to help reframe and get clients into their vision about why they want to join my mentorship. It has been amazing. I think 3 is one of the most impactful weekends that you can spend to learn how you can take your business to the next level. I highly, highly recommend it. Thanks.
Okay, so I just realized that this video might be a little out of context because I also have an event I'm going to invite you to, which, by the way, is another bonus that I'm going to put on here. Did I mention that the offer I'm making at the end of this is like the sweetest, most kick-ass bonus I've ever put together? I may have had the video in the wrong spot here, but oh my God, this is Lisa. She just gave away a little bit of how much money she made. And I've got a slide on here to tell you later, but she did a phenomenal job. And one of the resources we gave her was helping her come to an event where we could actually implement and teach her even more. But as she went out in the first 30 days, I think she said in 2 weeks, I've got another video to show that for you here. She made over $12,000 in less than 30 days. So my question for you is, who would you rather be? There's a tale of two authors. You can go after the traditional publishing route, and there are times when that is an appropriate method for you. 99 times out of 100, though, this is probably your best bet. And I can give you a lot more story about that, but we got a lot of content to get into here. Lisa's story is powerful, so I want to make sure I move forward. So you really get to choose here. You can seek approval and permission in trying to get somebody to deem that your book is worthy of being published. Or you can find a guide or a mentor like I did who helped me pick the right book that I could go ahead and have massive impact with right away. Now, this is my daughter, Phoenix. She wrote her first book when she was 7 years old. That's sitting there right in front of her there. She became a #1 best-selling author on her 8th birthday. And today she's a 10-time #1 best-selling author. Now, this is a short video of her and I when on her 8th birthday.
Hey guys, Trevor Crane here with my daughter, Phoenix Rose Crane, who's being a complete freak in her new pink beanbag in front of her pink room, and we are celebrating her new book that is just pre-launched, and it is called, Phoenix, tell everybody what your book is called.
The Three Ninja Kitties.
The Three Ninja Kitties, and the next part of that.
Okay, so I'm not going to have you watch all of that, but here's what happened. My daughter's on a mission to help 1,000 kids publish books, and we actually have a little company we started together called Super Kids Books Publishing, and for every new person that joins our program, we're actually sponsoring a scholarship to help a kid publish a book. Because if my daughter can do it, we know other kids can do it, but if my daughter can do it, what's more important about this for you? Look at all these books that she's got here. These are just some of her books here. Hold on, are my slides a little bit? Here we go. If my daughter can do it, that was the slide I was looking for, then you can too. And these are some of the books that she's actually published and made them very awesome. My daughter also went out and made $1,000 just recently. She made that on a weekend. Actually, it wasn't a weekend. It was at a little workshop that we taught together. She made $1,000 in 2 hours teaching this little workshop about on the back end of her books. She did that in a day. Now, here's a little secret for you. She did not make that money from book sales, okay? She made it from the business or the products and services that were beyond and behind the books. The books was the lead-in. What she offered, the business and products and services, were the end part. And my daughter is 11 years old. So here's my question for you. If an 11-year-old can have a business beyond her book, how about you? So here's a little secret for you. There is big money behind your book, whatever that idea is, even if you don't have a book or a business yet. We're going to solve that today. Okay, now I've done a lot of things right in my life, and I've also done a lot of things wrong. At one stage, like I mentioned to you, I filed a $2.2 million bankruptcy, so I didn't think that anybody would ever trust me ever again. So I get it if you come from a place of not knowing whether or not you're worthy or if anybody should ever listen to you and your story. But what I discovered the hard way, I want to give you the easy way, and I'm going to let you cheat the system. Now, here is the hard way. If you choose to do this, you're going to go down this very difficult path. You're going to struggle to start, struggle to finish. This was me. Struggle to do it yourself. This is me. I wrote the wrong book or parts of the wrong book so many times I can't even describe, because like I said, it's not like I didn't do anything. I took some action. But if you were to do this the hard way, you do that and you have no proven marketing plan. You have no business behind your book. This is the hard way versus the easy way. All you've got to do is get help so that you can accelerate your success. You do not have to do this on your own. Not only will you start, but you will finish your book. And you don't have to struggle doing it alone, because you can have a team of people to help you. And you don't have to write the wrong book, because I can help you discover the right book that clarifies your message and becomes this proven marketing plan because we don't guess, that helps you make big money with your book. Now, here's another little secret for you. I stopped asking this question, how? This saved my bacon. I already told you about what it is. Instead of asking how, I started asking who. I already told you that I hired my first book mentor and he helped me. And then I put together a program I think is so freaking awesome. It's everything I wish I would have gotten help with and a bag of chips. So this came down to finding the right mentor or guide and then having a step-by-step plan. And that's what we're going to cover today. So here's a little example of this. This is my wife and I, and although this is a picture we had taken in New York City. We both look pretty there, I think. She looks a little bit better than I do. But my wife, when she was starting her business in 2014, she was reinventing herself and decided she wanted to do something new. And she went out and in her new coaching business, she wanted to offer coaching specifically to women. She made $500. That's not a month. That's not a week. That's not an hour. That is in the year 2014. When she figured this out and when she was able to clarify her message and the things that we're talking about today, in 2015, she went to 200 grand. In 2016, she went to $500,000 in income. This is my wife's fourth book. This is called Make More Money, Help More People. And this tool has become the most powerful marketing tool she has in her arsenal. This is her fourth book, like I mentioned, so she's tried several others, but this one is by far the one that is the best for her. And this has given us the ability to have a quality of life. This is our new son, my daughter, my wife, myself, and my son. When we went to the Bahamas recently to swim with dolphins, and my son's now almost 8 months old. He's 7.5 months old. So are you ready for this content? For the secrets that I'm going to share with you and the promises that I made. Now, first of all, I should give a disclaimer because the results in this webinar, you're always supposed to say this, are not typical. In fact, if you think about it, most people get a gym membership and they quit. Most people buy golf clubs and they're sitting in their garage. Most people buy a chainsaw and they let them rot. Like most people don't follow through. So most people that watch this are probably not going to get results because they won't frickin' do anything. But I have done everything possible to help support you in helping you get something and making it happen. And you should just see what we are going to have here. Okay, there's 3 secrets we're going to get into. Number 1 is the Epic Author System. This is going to share with you how to write a great book quickly and easily without taking away from your family or your business. Number 2, we're going to cover the epic ninja marketing secrets, like how to turn your book into an instant money machine. And yes, I said epic ninja. And I'm going to talk about that in a little bit. And you can turn it into an instant money machine before writing even a word. And step number 3, or secret number 3, is my number 1 bestseller hack. How to become a number 1 bestselling author in 90 days or less and be an in-demand person as the trusted expert in your field. Hope you're excited about this. Now let's jump into number 1. How to write a great book quickly and easily without taking away from your family or business. So I want to tell you about Steve Napolitan here real quick. Let me turn on this video again because I've got his book over here. Mr. Steve Napolitan, and unfortunately I'm going to have to pull out glasses because I'm at a stage where I didn't even know I'd ever have to use glasses. It's horrible, horrible. But here we go. This is Steve Napolitan. So for Steve Napolitan, he came to me before he had this book done. He's a buddy of mine, and I knew him for years. And at one stage, he told me he was going to publish a book. 2-3 years go by, no book. Finally, he came to me, and this was after he had lost just about everything. He had gone to Australia, and a business deal had gone bad, and he lost everything. He lost all of his clients. He had to build over from scratch. So he came to me starting from zero, but within a short period of time, I think it was 60 days, if I remember correctly, it might have been 90, he became a number 1 best-selling author of this book. But more importantly, what happened is he was sent, and this isn't more importantly, but this is pretty cool. What was cool is before he wrote a word of his book, the marketing and promotion stuff that we did, and I'm going to pull out that board here in just a second. I'm going to share with you some of the things he did. He had just somebody respond to him on social media, and they mailed him a check. They snail mailed him a $5,000 check and said, I know with this new book coming out, you're about to get real busy, and I would love to hire you. I don't know about you, but I think that's a pretty cool result. What Steve also did is when we created this book, he came to me and he said, Trevor, I think I've got it figured out. I'm about 80% done. And in the course of us going through the Epic Author system, I asked him a lot of great questions about what should go in this book so that it creates the mission and the money and the marketing tool that you want. And what we did is we recreated the content from scratch, but he got it done in 2 weeks. Now, Steve's biggest concern was that he was going to be pulled away from his family and from his business, because that was a mistake his father had made. And so we created a little marketing tool at one stage, and this is where I have it written down here. What Steve said, and this is one of my favorite testimonials of all time. He's right here. He says, most importantly, the process didn't take away from my business or my family time. The goal that I actually gave Steve when he was writing this book was to spend no more than 24 hours to create this content. So we timed it. I had him use a stopwatch, and he timed it, and he took video, and he did the best he could to keep track of how much time he put into it. The content of this book took him less than 24 hours to create. In fact, he created a brand new course around this content. He did it on a teleclass that he broadcast out to a brand new audience, and actually his existing list as well. And what he did is he gave that away for free. Most of that was transcribed into this book, and he basically created his #1 best-selling book that has helped him build, check this, a 6-figure a month business from the back of this book on something that he spent less than 24 hours creating. Just want to take a moment there for you to realize the power of that. Okay, this is Steve in his own words. Now, hold on. I thought he was going to speak here because I thought I had a video. He said, most importantly, the process didn't take away from my business or my family time. Look at that. I didn't even need to read the postcard. I'd already put it on the slide. All right. So here we are. I want to give you another story because a lot of people, remember, this is one where people think, I wanted to make this promise to you in the secret of like how to get a book done quickly and easily. An amazing book that helps you build a big result. I keep looking around like I've got Ben's book. Ben Wilson's book, I interviewed him for one of my books. He's the funniest dude you'll ever meet. He's one of my favorite people. His book is called Hot Dog Saved My Life. But check out his story. Oh my God, this is so cool. Ben lost everything, and he was trying to build his life back, and he was really struggling. He has 10 kids. He's not a rabbit, he's a human. And he had to move his entire family into a 2-bedroom apartment. And he told me, this is not funny at all, he told me he was considering suicide as like a viable way out. He had some insurance and was trying to figure out what the best way was to take care of his family. He went from basically virtually bankrupt to making over $100,000 in a year with, this is just for this part of his story, just around hot dogs. Like he started a hot dog vending machine, and it was the hot dog vending machine that made him his first money. Now, he basically decided once he got that done that he was a hot dog expert and he was going to get his book done. He got it done in 7 days. Now, you might think that's probably a pretty crappy book, and maybe Ben would even agree with you because he is the funniest dude you'd ever meet. And although he's a really smart guy, he's just hilarious. He made $53,000 in 45 days with this book that typically he gives away for free. So check this out. This is Ben and his book, and I'm going to share with you a little quote that he gave me from the interview I did with him. He said, I took a little piece of this book that he wrote in 7 days, by the way. Basic formatting, basic book. And he created an ebook out of it, and he gave that away as a free gift. Then what he did is he offered an $8 course, and that's how he made $53,000 as on an $8 course. And he told me, shh, don't tell anybody, Trevor, but the content of the course is the same exact content that was in the book. And he's not trying to say shush, everybody knows that. But what they did is they paid more for it. So he leveraged that into, and if I leveraged the power of his book into some real money making. And I'm just have to ask you a question. If somebody can make it in hot dog vending cart machine sales, or that's not even what he sells, right? He sold an educational course for $8. Then what could you do? If hot dogs saved my life, I love that example. I think I have my book here as a prop. I can hold it up for you. This is my first book. And this first book, I had so many other ideas for my first book. So let me go ahead and go through these slide here. I failed at writing my first book for over 20 years. When I was 20, I thought I had a book idea. Then when I was 30, then I was 40, and I had all these different challenges. It wasn't when I went to my mentor, this was not my first book idea. This was not my second book idea. This was not my third great book idea. This was my fourth book idea. And the problem with this one is it scared me to death, because this is what I had been paid the most money for, was to put all of my best strategies into a book called High Paying Clients, which is the result that people got when I worked with them. A simple step-by-step system proven to sell high-ticket products and services. And I was like, you can't just put all my best stuff in this book where people won't ever want to buy from me. But because I knew this content so well, I wrote this book in 24 hours. Now, I was scrambling. I don't recommend doing this. I had my whole outline together, and my wife helped me reconfigure it. We have a whole system with Epic Author Publishing of working backwards. But once we got the outline done, I wrote this in 24 hours. And it was 24 hours back to back. I didn't take a break. I hardly ate. I did not sleep, and I just got it done. This is not the way I'd recommend doing it, but I'm sharing with you that you can. Okay. This book became a #1 international bestseller overnight, and then it helped to 10x my income. I already told you that story, in less than 12 months. So what I wanted to share with you were real stories and some of the ways that these different people got the result of getting their book done, and it was fast and easy. But I already shared with you the formula, right? You need to have the right mentor or guide, and I'm going to help you with that. Like I said, I'm going to give you the sick option to work with me, and it's so ridiculous I can't even believe it. And then you need to have the step-by-step plan. So I'm going to help you with both of those. So real quickly, secret number 2. Let's turn this off. You don't need to look at my face. Here we go. Secret number 2. This is an epic ninja secret: how to turn your book into an instant money machine without writing a word. That sounds ridiculous. I get you, boo. We'll go ahead and talk about this. So I mentioned Lisa Chastain before. You might recognize her book. And I've got so many videos from Lisa telling her story. It's just really just trying to handpick which ones would be the best ones to share with you. Before she got started working with my wife and I, she was losing money every single month. Before her, I think is the wrong text there, but before working with us, she was losing $300 a month. She had 0 lister following. She started with Epic Author Academy, and within 30 days, she made $12,000. Within 3 months, she made $30,000, and she averaged $15,000 a month in 2017. Okay, so I have some edits that need to happen to this. What's also cool is that once Lisa finally got her book done, most of those results happened when I'd say half of those happened without the book, but just the marketing and promotion for it. Now that her book is done, she's now been featured in Oprah Magazine, Entrepreneur Magazine. She's got multiple speaker gigs. She's been the keynote speaker at a major female empowerment network group. She's been asked to speak on her own show, her own radio show. Like, she's just done so much. She really went from almost nothing to being incredibly successful. Ron Carr and Cindy Lee. Now, hold on one second. I want to see something real quick, because I know I had another video here for you. Let's go back to this. How to turn your book into an instant money machine without writing a word. Did you hear that? So let's go back to Lisa here. And where is her video? Thought it was coming. Okay. So I know I've got it here somewhere. Oh my God, I got it. It is right. Oh, I got to share my screen. I got to share something different. Give me 1 second. Here we go. I want you to hear Lisa talk about this. Hopefully you can see this well.
2017. So at the beginning of this year, 12 months ago, talk to me about that first month in January. I think you attended an event with my wife and I called Advanced Sales Mastery. And then after that event, you started to have some successes. We started working on your book in February, and I know there were more successes. So talk to me, to the audience here, about what had shifted for you, and like financially, because I think it was pretty quick.
It was really quick. So I got clear with Robin. I joined the Fem Mentorship. My first weekend in the Fem Mentorship was October 2016, right at the end of October. I jumped out of that weekend and sold between October and December about $10,000. So that was more than I had made in years. And so then I came to Advanced Sales Mastery in January and decided out of Advanced Sales Mastery to, when I learned a ton of new sales skills and even clearer about how to communicate with my ideal client, which are millennial women. And then I decided that I wanted to join the book program and write a book. And so I jumped out of Advanced Sales Mastery and started communicating right after that I was going to be writing a book. And within, I think it was just a couple of weeks, I had made another $12,000. So, $22,000 in about a 6-week time span was more than I had ever made in a year, if you look at it year to year, ever, which was mind-blowing for me.
That's great. Okay, so let's guess.
Okay, so let me go ahead and interject here. So Lisa was a great action taker. What we did is in the first session that I had with her, this is how to turn your book into an instant money machine without writing a single word. In our first session, I helped her as her mentor get clarity about her plan, and we reverse engineered what success would look like for her, which was who she wanted to talk to, what she wanted to offer, what she wanted to say. And then I shared with her a strategy of making a declaration to people, of making an announcement. So let me share with you what that looks like. Today, I typically work with my clients for 6 to 12 months. And it depends on whether or not they just want to get the book done or they want to build a whole bunch of business stuff. So I'm going to give you a look at this basic timeline. What happened is the very beginning of the process of promoting Lisa's book, or when you promote your book, we want you to tell the world. I call it a declaration. So this is like a 6-month time frame. We break it into 2 different pieces. There's the 90, There's a 90-day blitz of promotion and profit, and that's what Lisa did day 1, week 1. And this is what my clients do from the very beginning, is we start, this is all under the foundation of publishing, promotion, and profit. And the first 90 days is not about writing your book and getting it done. It can be, depending on your time frame. Let me just pause this so we don't need to stop this share. There we go. Depending on your time frame, you might need to write your book faster, and we can help you do that too. I'm going to share with you a story about like Broncar Lee here just in just a little bit, and you're going to hear about how he got his book done really, really quickly. So it totally depends, but she went out and she took action. What most people do, and if we pull up this great book, and this really is a great book, I'm so proud of the author that came up with this. He approached me to help him with his marketing because his publisher didn't know how to do marketing. They didn't know how to actually sell this book. They know how to functionally get it done, but they didn't know how to help him promote and get all the media. We got him, I think it was almost 24 media interviews when we did his book launch. And then he just became a #1 bestseller overnight. And then he's leveraged this book really well since he finally got it done. And he finally brought us on his team. But it started with marketing and money making. And that needs to happen first. If you don't have a clear plan about that, what will happen is you put your creative goggles on and you'll go into a cave and nothing will happen. You don't really learn anything about your marketplace. You don't get to do any marketing. You don't get to build any audience. And the marketing and promotion starts in the beginning. You want to figure this stuff out ahead of time. So I'm really grateful that we could share that little video with you. Let me go ahead and share my screen again here. Back to the presentation. Here we go. Share. Okay, so how did Lisa turn it into this marketing tool? Let's go to Broncar as well. So one of the things we have as a gift in the Epic Author program I'm about to offer you is the same thing that I gave to Broncar and I gave to Lisa. It's a blueprint session where I help you get clear on your plan, and I'll be more specific about what that means. But Broncar and Cindy hired me when they had this little baby of love in their arms. And what we did is, after this first blueprint session, he went out and did the same thing as Lisa. He took action. He took action and he knew what to say to people to book a speaking gig. It's one of the things he wanted to do. And he gave me a phone call a few days after our first session. He said, Trevor, I got some good news and I got some bad news. I'm like, well, what is it? And he said, Trevor, I got my first speaking gig. And I was like, congratulations. And he goes, but it gets better. He goes, I pre-sold 250 books. And I'm like, that's awesome. And I was, what's the bad news? And he said, Trevor, the book is due. The talk is in 45 days or something like that. It was less than 2 months. And so we had to get busy. Now, he also had zero following. He had nobody really following. He started with Epic Author Epic Author Academy, and then today he's making $250,000 a year plus as a speaker and entertainer. And let me share with you the quote Broncar has. I don't think I wrote this on the screen. He said, before he'd even written a word of his book, it helped him book a talk, pre-sell 250 copies, and he got speaking gigs around the globe. Now he's got a new online program. He also wrote a course during this as well. It has a new online program when he created the content all around this book. This is a picture of his baby and some of the little media shot that he had of his baby when he was posting it on social media. And you can see by the date here when this all happened. And you might be going, well, Trev, that's great. How about recently? What has happened? So this week, this actually just happened a couple of days ago. Andrea and Eric, oh gosh, how do I say their last name? Nazarenko? I hope they don't see this because I can't spell their name. They hired me when they were pregnant. And then Andrea just gave birth like a couple of months ago or a month ago or something to this little baby. And check out, she had a brand new baby. They just recently added 4 new clients to their business. This was the cat, what she told me just a few days ago. She's been booking interviews from the marketing and promotion that we started with. And then on our coaching call, because I do regular coaching calls with my clients.
So
she actually shared
a question, or at least share about where you're at, and congratulations on your new few clients. Because I think you said you added 4 new clients recently, right?
I wasn't actually anticipating it, so we don't have our whole system set up yet for our offer, but we have, they were 4 unexpected people that I wasn't expecting it, so I was excited to see how people jumped on it, especially because it was just a post asking people, the survey questions on Facebook. It wasn't any major call to action, so people jumped on it. I'll throw in relation to you saying just follow the script. One of the interviews that I got was not even me asking for an interview. It was somebody I would never even thought of, a professional. But they responded to simply our declaration on LinkedIn, which I don't even use LinkedIn. I started using it the other day to make my declaration, and it ended up in an interview. So it's a pretty cool system you've got here, Trevor.
So if you're curious about how often this works or how this can work, then hopefully you can see that this can work for you. So let's jump into secret number 3. I've got a little bit more content I want to share with you. This is going to get better and better as we wrap things up here. Secret number 1 is I'm going to give you my number 1 bestseller hack on how to become a number 1 bestselling author in 90 days or less and be in high demand as the trusted expert in your field. Now, this is Michael Bunting. He actually lives out of Australia. He came to me and he said, Trevor, I've already written a book. And he said, the problem with this book is it didn't make me any money. In fact, it didn't get me any leads. And he said, if I'm going to do this again, brother, and I wrote it with two amazing authors, co-authors, but it just didn't give me any of what I originally wanted. So he goes, I would love your help to publish a new book. And actually, we decided to come up with two books. These are the picture of his books that we actually helped him write. And his first book, like I said, got him 0 leads or a new business. And he said, Trevor, it's really important to me to work with a traditional publisher. So from the beginning of this relationship, I helped Michael not just write the books, but negotiate with the publisher to try to figure out the best deal and how to get the freedom to do the marketing that we wanted to do. And I helped him build an entire course and program and website and formula and everything behind it as well. This is what I've done for a little bit more in-depth service for some of our clients that just want a more done for you and hands-on service. He hired Epic Author Hub Publishing to help him get these two books done at the same time. So when we worked with him, we wanted both books to hit #1 bestseller, and so they did so in the same time frame. I think it was on the same day or a day or two apart. And you might be wondering though, but Trev, I'm still busy, man. That's nice for Michael. That's nice for these people, but you know, I'm too busy. Well, I just showed you a couple of people who had businesses, and some who were pregnant or had a brand new baby. And I want to share with you a little bit here about Jessica Weaver, because as a successful financial advisor and trying to grow her practice, she knew that at one stage, she also came to one of our events. She's working with my wife and said, it's time for me to write a book. This is the book we ended up writing. She worked with us for 6 months. She started working on this book when she was 29 years old. She wrote and published it while she was pregnant. And when it came out, she booked multiple speaking gigs. In fact, she booked multiple speaking gigs before it came out. She became a #1 best-selling author before she'd written the book, like I've been describing this whole time. She added an extra $7,500 a month in recurring income. Now, this is back a couple of years now. I think it's been at least 18 months. I don't remember the exact date. She's since started a new podcast and is up 70% in income from last year. And this is a picture of her. She also has appeared in, this is her and her daughter, and she's appeared in Oprah Magazine as well, and she's been doing just phenomenal. Her podcast is called Not Your Father's Advisor. Her blog is up like on readership and whatnot. It's just amazing. She became a #1 bestseller in more categories than you could really count. So this is Mark Purnell. Now, Mark Purnell wrote a book. He's also a financial advisor, and he has sold his business practice now twice. And so what we did was come up with secrets that he could go ahead and share with the financial advisor community. And he also used this same strategy where we published and pre-launched his book before it was ready and it came out. And then if you're thinking, oh my gosh, well, that's only for financial advisors, this couldn't be for me, I want to introduce you to Terry Matz. Now, Terry Matz is an animal communicator. And when she came to me, she said, Trevor, I've got a brand new career and business as an animal communicator. And I was like, well, what is that? What? And so basically she talks to dogs and birds and whatever. And she has always felt like she's had the calling, but she just got certified. And she goes, well, how could I be an expert in something I'm brand new at? I love it, but I don't know much about it. I just finished the class. So how she got her book written was she interviewed her instructors and experts to get her book done. And this is her little quote for that she gave us about the process. I wrote my book and became a #1 bestseller and added 30 new clients in less than 90 days. I hope you guys are recognizing some patterns here. So recently, this is another question, I think I could redo these slides here a little bit, but I wanted you to know that this isn't just something that happened last year, but in the last couple of weeks, this happened with Carrie Galloway, with Kirsten Bunch, and with today, was it today or yesterday, Michelle Masters. Actually, all of them became #1 international best-selling authors, and all of these books have progress made on them as far as what the content is, but none of these books are written and done. These are all using the pre-launch strategy, which is our little hack. Let me turn on the video here so you can see my face, because this is the coolest hack you can get. Amazon will partner with you and help promote your book if you have nothing but these 3 elements, okay? I'm gonna write this down. This is really important because if you're going to use this hack to pre-launch your book, you need to make sure you know these things. I call it the 3 Ds. You're like, well, hold on. How can I sell a book that I haven't written yet? You partner with Amazon, which is a $1 billion company, and all they want to have from you are 3 things. Number one, I'll do these in different colors. Number one is they want you to design your cover. Now I could write cover there, but I think you get it. You need to design your cover. Number two, you need to be able to describe your book. What is your book about? Now that basically is on the back of the book. That's basically it. That's the one side, that's the other. That's what you got to figure out how to do. And you do one more thing, or they won't let you publish their book with them. And what they will do is not only will they let you put your book up, if you design it, describe it, and do this, set a date. Notice the D's. Set a date. If you can do that, they will give you up to 90 days where they will put your book up for sale. They will collect the money. You don't need a website. They will do all of the work. They will actually, if you keyword this properly, they will promote your book. And if you run a good campaign like we do at Epic Author Publishing, they will run new people and new marketing and new traffic around the globe, depending on where we push your book, to go ahead and go pre-order your book. And if you do this right, your book leads them down into your book funnel, where they then can book time with you. They can get on your webinar. They can buy your courses and coaching and consulting. And I wrote a book about this, about all the different ways that you can make big money with your book without selling a single copy. And I just mentioned several of them: coaching, consulting, a course, a membership site, mentoring, a mastermind. There's products and services. There's 13 different things. We're going to cover that in Epic Author Publishing, so I don't want to give everything away right now because we don't have time. And let's go ahead and get into it. Oh my goodness, we're going a little bit long here. So hope that is valuable to you. Let me go on to this next slide. So here we go. Over the past hour, you might feel a little bit like this. Ever try to take a drink out of a fire hose? But I hope you would agree that this has been time well spent so far. And obviously I can't cover everything in an hour webinar, even if we had all day. So I have a special offer for you to give you everything that you need to know. And if you act fast, you're going to get a very special deal. Hope you think that's cool. So my goal for this web class was to share with you the only way to exponentially grow your business is by having a book. And the only way to properly write, promote, and make money with that is through Epic Author Publishing. But you might be still asking, is now really the time? Is it worth my investment? Well, let's just look at this for a second. Tony Robbins has this great quote that I love called "Success Leaves Clues." So let's look at what Tony did. I met Tony in 2002 at an event that transformed my life. It's called Unleash the Power Within. I was there. I went very skeptical. I wasn't really sure I wanted to go to one of these personal development-y things. And I planned on getting my money back from Tone. And I ended up not doing that and investing $10,000 to spend the next couple years of my life following him around and going to events and changing everything in my life. He gave me, he was the guide and I had to do the work, but it was amazing. Now, in the last couple of years, Tony didn't just publish one book, he published 2. He hasn't published a book since I've known him in 2002, but one of his book mentors is my book mentor, and the most powerful marketing tool he has done, you probably have noticed he's been on the cover of magazines, he's been interviewed by Oprah, Larry King Live, he is more popular now than ever before, and there's not a coincidence. If success leaves clues, if you want to take your life and business to the next level and make a difference in people's lives, then this is the tool for you. Now, what's one book worth to you? One successful book. Would it be worth $5,000 or $10,000, $25,000? In a little bit, I'm going to ask you about what an average client is worth to you. My question for you is, how much would you be willing to invest to get this book done? And imagine having that tool, the right book, that like became this automatic money machine for you. Now, I had two choices when we put this program together. I could either go as cheap as possible to sell as many as possible, and you're going to find that it's so affordable now, you're going to think it doesn't sabotage its value. It's such a great offer. But I wanted to make sure that I could charge you enough so that it really incentivized me to stack the value on. Or I had the second option, which is what I've done in the past, is I've charged a significant amount of money to get a higher investment, but in exchange, I would devote massive resources to guarantee your success. So today's kind of a combination of the two. I'm going to make it really affordable, but help you go ahead and make this happen. So what the program is called is Epic Author Publishing, or excuse me, Epic Author Academy. And I want to help you not just write your book, but learn how to market your book and monetize your book. And it's basically broken in to those three modules. And we keep it very simple. I don't necessarily have these in order, but this is like a gross summary of like what we do to help you monetize and make money with your book. But notice that there's a book funnel, how to add an extra 6-7 figures with the book to your business. And they give you all the different things that are really that you can sell. And we go through that in the program. Now in the past, we charged like $15,000 for this. You're going to see that it's a lot better for your option today. We also take you through a module of marketing your book and turning your book into your most powerful marketing tool, starting with the declaration, leading into the pre-launch, and then the other 7 steps. Actually, there's more than 7 there, but those are kind of bonuses. The next thing we've got here, and like I said, this wasn't in sequence as far as me just pulling up these pages, but this is helping you write your book and write it fast. I gave you examples of Bron Carr and myself who got this done in a really short period of time, how Ben did it, here we go. I'm not going to bring up, I got another prop here from another one of our clients. So this is the basic part of this program. What you're going to get is Epic Author Academy. It's a $15,000 value on write, market, and monetize, but I wanted to give you something else. We call this Epic Book Marketing Secrets. Now, I gave you a little hint is that I actually think this is more ninja than that. So we call them Epic Ninja Secrets. Each of these little secrets here has a video, little simple tutorial, and then a downloadable template or PDF so that you can see exactly what you need to do. And we've got a bunch of these that you get in our Epic Book Marketing Secrets. It's really to turn your book in your most powerful marketing tool. This in and of itself, just the marketing here, is $1,900, $1,997. The reason why we call it Epic Ninja is if you think about it in karate, like in martial arts, or like in normal battlefield tactics, like boxers go out there and they punch each other in the face. You know you're combative. Ninja, you don't even see coming. So we wanted to give you marketing secrets that were like so ninja and so cool, nobody even knows you're really marketing. It's called goodwill marketing. We've got cool ways of doing it. The other thing we're giving you is your own publishing team. This is something my mentor did not give me, and I had to go find. And we have a group of publishers, a whole team of people that can help you write, edit, format your book. You are not on your own anymore. You do not have to do this alone. One of the ways that we get these done is we use a team. I also have certified mentors that can coach you and support you. And I give you access to one another in the Epic Author community that we have. So what you're going to get again is the Academy, the marketing secrets, the publishing team. I don't even know what price to put on this. So we just put priceless. It really is a very cool, it's worth a lot of money to you to find these people and know where you can go, where you can trust somebody that does it right. Again, I'm not trying to add anything to this price. I'm just showing you what it's worth. Okay, so these are both priceless. Now I asked myself the question, what else do you need? And so what we decided is that it might be time to give you that perfect book funnel. Like, what is the system that can help you? Like, what's the opt-in page? Like, how do we, what's the perfect book sales page if I'm going to sell this book or promote this book, or like a free plus shipping offer, or what's the bonus that should come in my book? And let me share this with you real quick. In my book here, Big Money with Your Book, at the very beginning of the book, we have some phenomenal bonuses we give away. This is a marketing strategy that's really important, and how do you build the website tools behind it to make sure that it's amazing? We sync and link these all together, and we've done all the tech work for you. So all you have to do is you just take the perfect book funnel and you just take it exactly. You don't have to be techy. You don't have to be anything. We use a great software called ClickFunnels, and you basically just use our funnel and you just change all the things, and it's so easy. Anybody could do it. So you've got this entire book funnel. You get this. We add this to the price here. This is $1,000. You're going to get a better deal than this today. Obviously, I wanted to share with you the value. Now, what else do you need? My mission is to help 10,000 people become authors and make sure that your book's your most powerful marketing tool. So I thought what you really need is media and PR. Wouldn't that be cool to let the world know? I mentioned Oprah, I mentioned Entrepreneur Magazine. You've probably seen my wife. I don't think I've shown some. There'll be a picture of her in a second where she's got some major media logos associated to her. You need to get media. So one of our clients' name is Jess Toddfeld. He struggled for years to get his book done. And what happened is he came to me, and finally, he's a friend of mine, and I said, brother, let me help you get this book done. Hold on, I got to pick up this book here because I'm going to use this prop. Let me help you get this done. I helped Jess stop making the mistake most of us make, which is working on your book. And we started promoting and profiting, and he pre-launched his book within 60 days working with us and hit #1 bestseller. He then made over 30 upsells at the same time, and he sold them into a brand new course that he pre-sold. I want to be clear about this. His book was not done. He promoted it, pre-launched it, became a #1 bestseller. In that promotion, he upsold them into a course that was not complete. It was not done. And he pre-sold them into that. So what I did with Jess, and what I sometimes do with some of my authors, is I partnered with him. And I said, Jess, will you help me create a marketing secrets for authors? And so we have a 3-module program to walk you through. And this only takes you 30 minutes to get through it. It's less than 30 minutes of content. This is just stripped down to specifically what you need to find hungry media that are out there looking for you and your message, how to craft a hook that attracts them so that they want to jump on that hook and come into the boat and get booked on that gig, whether that is newspaper, radio, TV, blogs, a variety of things. You get our media secrets for authors. You get the entire kit. There is an ebook that goes with it. I'm going to give you the digital version of Media Secrets, which is Jess's #1 best-selling book. It stayed on the #1 bestseller list for months. Probably is. It goes on and off all the time because it's a phenomenal book and he does a phenomenal job. We've got this entire program for you, and here's what he's got to say about the system.
Hi, it's Jess Toddfeld here in Times Square, New York City, and I just recently put out a book called Media Secrets, a media training crash course, and I wanted to sing the praises of Trevor Crane and bestseller Big Business. Without Trevor and his help and his team's help, the book would, first of all, not have gotten done. That was a huge part of the service that he gave. But the other really is bestseller and thinking of it as a business. So there are really 3 important ingredients. And when you say thinking of it as a business, we were able to develop the whole profit strategy where people go from the book and easily take next steps. And it's all authentic, and it's all giving people more of what they want, and it's already worked. In fact, it started working when we pre-sold the book. I would never have thought to pre-sell the book. I'm a media guy. I should know these things. I help people to do a better job in front of the media, to get more media, ace their interviews, and also convert interviews into business. But when it came to my own book, a different area of media, I needed help. So he sat me down, we did what we needed to do, and before it was even out, I had sold 14 spots in an e-course I had not even created yet. And now I have a $1,000 e-course that I'm already selling now that the book came out. He is definitely somebody you want to work with.
What a sweetheart, that guy. All right. So here's what you're going to get in the program. Epic Author Academy, the 3 parts of it. You're going to get Epic Marketing Secrets. You're going to get the Perfect Book Funnel. You're going to get Media Secrets for Authors. This is a program we're going to sell for $1,000. All that comes up to $18,000, more than that, almost $19,000. But I also asked the question, what else do you need? Because I know that you needed more. Now, oftentimes there's some confusion. There's like, okay, there's a lot of different roads I can go down. I could write a book about this. I could write a book about that. What path should I pick? Is there a plan A and a plan B? I love the Will Smith quote that there's no reason for plan B. When you got plan A, there's no reason for plan B. It just gets to be a distraction. But you do need clarity. So what you need is a plan. So what we've done is like, this is the blueprint plan that I told you about earlier. You need a plan. You need confirmation, and to speak with me or someone like me who can help you with the just determining that your book message is the right book. Like I shared with you, it took me multiple tries before I knew what the right book was. You need a publishing plan. Like, how are you going to get your book done? Like, what's your 90-day publishing plan to get that book out? What is your business plan? Who are you selling to? Who are you writing for? What's your mission statement? Like, what are your services? Like, what are you going to offer? And then how are you going to make money? Like, what is the monetization plan? You need clarity around these things, or it's going to be tough to get paid. And then most importantly, you're going to need a marketing plan. Like, how do you tell the world about what you've got? So as a bonus here, I've got what I call the blueprint bonus. And this is a session with me. And this is a bonus for only the first 20 people to take action. So if you're watching this right now, you want to jump on and do it for the first 20, because I only have so many spots on my calendar. And what this means is going to look something like this. Okay, there's a foundation that I believe, and this I mentioned at the beginning. My mission is to help you create your ideal business so you can live your ideal life, so that you can, spend most of your time with the clients that you really want to work with. We call those your ideal clients. And these 4 boxes here are your publishing plan. And your publishing plan is like, how do you write your book, and then what's your broadcast? Like, this is connecting into your marketing about how you're going to share that with the world. But we also go into your business plan. I want you to imagine your business sitting on the foundation of a house, or your house is like sitting on the foundation of your book. And the bigger and badder your book and your broadcast is, then you need some services. You need the basket of fruit. Like, do you sell apples? Do you sell grapes? You need a small, medium, large, and extra large. We go over this together. You also need that money-making plan. Like, what's the sales system that they go through? Are you going to talk to them? Are they going to go through the funnel? What is it? And then that marketing plan. How do you get their attention so when the traffic is driving by, they see your sign? They don't see that you're invisible. They know what it is. And to not overcomplicate this is it. All you're really looking for is what to say so that people listen. This is not complicated, but you do need some help. So again, we've got the Epic Author Blueprint for you. And you've got 2 options, actually. One is you can work with me privately on this. And for those of you who say, Trevor, this would be great, I would like to work with you one-on-one. This is a $5,500 blueprint. So this is one little caveat here in the program. If you want to hire me separately for this, you need to send me an email to support@trevorcrane.com. I will still do these offers once in a while, but I have for you something a little bit better today. You don't need to drop $5,500. What you can get this is as a bonus. So I'm going to drop the link here because this has been a while since we've been doing this training. I've got a lot more for you, so don't leave me yet. But if you go to epicauthor.com/academy, what you can fill out is an application to join Epic Author Publishing and get your book done. And what you're going to see is a congratulations thing here, and you're going to see a place to schedule your blueprint session, and then you're going to pick a time. And this blueprint session is something that we won't do alone. I will bring up to 4 of you, 4 others, you and 4 others, so no more than 5, on a private video session with me. And guess what? We're going to be right back here in this room, and this piece of paper is going to become your piece of paper. We figured that entire plan to get clarity around how you're going to write, publish, profit, promote from your book, all that thing, we do it together. But you get something even better. In this example, we've got Ryan and Lindsay and Jessica and Jeff that are all on the screen. See, when you get to see me do this with Lindsay or Ryan, you're going to get even a better experience of new and better ways for you to get this done for yourself. This is one of the most powerful things I've done in my coaching and consulting, is to put people in small groups like this to make sure we get more out of it. So again, this is my free gift to you. The blueprint bonus truly is a $5,000 value. If you want to pay me privately for it, you're more than welcome to, but it's yours free when you get started with Epic Author Publishing. And if you're wondering about how valuable that might be, I want you to see here Brandon Brashears. Now, he started with me and he did two things. He did step number one, he did the blueprint session. Step number two, he took module one of the Epic Author Academy system, and then he did, I guess the third thing is he took some action. He actually took that and applied it. The result, within 30 days, he made $17,000 in recurring monthly income. And this didn't happen a year ago. This didn't happen 6 months ago. This happened just a few weeks ago. And here's him talking about it.
I talked about bringing you on last week.
Hold on. I want to share this with you real quick. I forgot that I'm half naked on this one. So I had just been out jogging, and we have coaching calls with our clients. And so he was sharing this story, and we did it on video, and I didn't put a shirt on. So you're going to see me topless here. So you're just going to have to endure that. Here we go.
I talked about bringing you on last week because I wanted you to share like how you were able to generate income. So then to the tune of what kind of dollar figure, if you don't mind sharing.
For sure. So I've been wanting to write a book for a long time, but I haven't gotten around to it. When I met Trevor, I had some kind of resistance to posting it out there because I went through that first module and said you need to promote it and get it out there, and that was kind of scary for me in general. And I also didn't really know if anybody really cared, which is kind of weird too. But I posted it out there, and just on my personal page. I still haven't actually promoted it on my business things, which I'm going to be doing here shortly. When I posted it out there, I had like 74 people like and comment on that post. And it's really interesting too that a lot of the people that commented, they said that they wanted to buy it or that they were interested in it. Sounds awesome. Couldn't wait to read it. Things like that, which was really positive. I didn't know that there was that kind of response. But then I also had people that would call me and email me. So not on that specific post, but they'd seen that post and they called me and emailed me.
So you're following up with people, you're having these conversations, and you close some clients. So let's talk numbers.
Sure. So I got $10,500 in recurring revenue. So from that too, I got somebody who said, "Hey, I'm doing a conference here. We're wanting to talk about marketing," and they invited me to come and speak. That one from that event, I have $6,500 worth of recurring revenue.
So we've got 10-5 coming in from 3 clients. Then you did the speaking gig, and you made some sales on the back end of that, and that's a recurring revenue model of also $6,500 a month.
I did get a new prospect too that I'm actively working on closing. So like they still keep coming. So one of the people that sent me an email, so he's like, "Hey man, I saw that you're doing a book. I want to get a copy of it, and I want to talk to you for our company." He has 380 clients, and he's willing to give me $100 per month per client that he brings on for that product, and he just wants me to consult on there and be an ongoing consulting person. So like that is a huge. This is a big deal. So if this goes through this week, which I expect it will, that's going to be a really solid big deal.
You still got some new deals potentially coming in.
Definitely.
All right, so I'm so proud of people that get amazing results. It's just so awesome. So here's what you get in the program. They cut through to all the bonuses that you got. This is only the first bonus. Oh my God, I got so much more. So what else do you need? Let's go through this quickly. My first Tony Robbins event changed everything for me, and he taught me something about mastery, and I wanted to make sure that you implement what I share with you here. So number one, you need to model someone outstanding, and I pick my mentors based on whether they create the result themselves and they've helped others do the same thing. So I hope you can see here that we've done that. But Tony's second version thing for mastery here is not only do you need to model someone on their system, but you need total immersion, which is why we've put together this total immersion event for you called Epic Author Live. So this is my gift to you. And in fact, I'm going to give you 2 tickets. So this is just an amazing option for you to come spend a couple of days with me. And to just give you an example, Mimi Secor did this with us recently. She came to us with her book done. She said, Trev, I think it's done, or at least, she was 80% done is what she had said. That happens oftentimes. She joined Epic Author Academy. She attended at one of our live events. It wasn't actually Epic Author Live, it was a version of it. This is the first time I'll do Epic Author Live like this before. But what happened is after this live event, she added 12 new people into her program for $3,500 a pop. So a live intensive event means we're going to spend time. I will work with not necessarily everybody, but I'm going to work with private hot seats and consulting for your book, your business, and your online funnel. So we are going to roll up our sleeves and do the work. This is an amazing piece where you're going to get a recording of all the hot seats and for your book. And this is called Epic Author Live. It's a $3,500 value. It's actually more than that because I'm giving away 2 tickets, so that should be $7,000 here. And I want you to be able to bring a spouse, a family member, a business partner, somebody else that you care about, and bring them to this event. Now, what's the value of a live event? Here's my wife. This is some of the media that she's gotten, both working with Jess and doing some other stuff on her own. Remember, I mentioned Jess Toddfeld, and she has her own mentoring group called Female Empowered Moneymakers. That's what a couple of women mentioned. Lisa mentioned it in one of her the videos that you saw. And we do this event together called Advanced Sales Mastery. That's not the event that I'm giving here. We're taking the best parts of this Advanced Sales Mastery, putting it into Epic Author Live so you can monetize. It's not just a sales event, but I wanted to share with you a video testimony of what we've really done. So this is Jessica.
I need to tell you something. I just got done from a weekend at Advanced Sales Mastery. The first day after the class, the workshop, I booked a strategy session for $300. The second day, it gets even better. I already had a strategy session booked, so another $300 made, and I sold a 6-month premium package for $3,000. I'm a financial advisor, and I just made $3,600 in 2 days from one weekend. In 2 days. It's only Tuesday, and I already made $3,600. The workshop was amazing. It helped me be more clear with what I am delivering my clients and my prospects, gave me more confidence during the meeting. It helped me reformat my strategy sessions to give the most value to my clients and prospects. And this is all just from a bonus of the FEM mentorship. Just a bonus weekend that just made me $3,600 from the FEM mentorship. You need to go register for Advanced Sales Mastery, and you need to register for FEM mentorship ASAP.
What a great testimonial for Advanced Sales Mastery and FEM mentorship. That is not the offer today, but Jessica is so awesome. That's the value of a live event. Now, the purpose of you going to this live event is to work on writing your book, getting it done, taking it to the next level, figuring out and crafting the core messaging around your marketing, and figuring out how to optimize and maximize your monetization plan. That's the purpose of this. My wife has a great program for women, so you should check out her stuff too, but that's just funny on the video. So here's what you're going to get. All these goodies. Blueprint session number 1, Epic Author Live, total value $31,000. This is a picture of my son. I knew I needed to throw that in here because he's like, this is in 3 months old. Back to Tony Robbins. He said, Trevor, you got to model someone who's outstanding. You got a total immersion and you need spaced repetition. What else did you need, side? What I decided to give you is coaching with me. Now, I've never given away monthly coaching like this before. I had to put a price point on it. You can't buy this from me anyplace else for $1,000 a month, but it's worth at least that. I charge a lot more than that from my coaching. This, again, is a bonus for the first 20 people. So these bonuses only work if you're in the first 20 people. You do not get them if those are taken up. I only have so many spots. And you might have heard of Hal Elrod and Pat Petrini. Hal Elrod is the best-selling author of The Miracle Morning, and he co-authored a book with one of my clients, Pat Petrini. And Pat was I helped him with his marketing and his business and his online funnel and this thing he was doing for real estate. But this is his book called The Miracle Morning for Network Marketers. He co-authored that with Hal Elrod. And I'm sharing this with you because the value of coaching is one of the most powerful things you can get. Pat and I worked together for a little over a year, and he had some phenomenal results. I want to share with you the power of his book. That was a picture of Pat and his wife. In January 2017 is the last I spoke with him because I interviewed him about the successes he was having. He's one of our clients that has had massive success with book royalties. This is on Amazon alone, and he had to split this number with his partner Hal, but $18,000 a month in book royalties alone from Amazon alone. I want you to see something else here that really stands out. Look at the number of reviews here. At the time I took this snapshot, 563 5-star reviews. Maybe there's less than a 5-star review in there, but oh my God, like that is amazing. The Miracle Morning is just an amazing book series. So you're going to get all of this here. The total is $43,000 in value. You're not going to spend that much for it, but I think you can see why people have paid me over $60,000 to get their book and business and courses and things done like that. We put that all together for those people who want to, like Michael Bunting. We put a whole bunch of stuff together for him. My biggest program right now is $100,000 plus a percentage of the business. Epic Author Academy in the past has sold for $15,000. This was my attempt to bring the price down and make it more affordable and have more people in. And some of the results you've heard have come from people who have spent that. You can probably see why it's a good deal at $15,000 because I've asked you some really good questions, but it's not $15,000. What we did is on my website, if you go there, you can get it for half price, it's $7,500, but I made it even more special for you today. If you're one of the first 100 people to take action with me today, you get this for only $500 a month. Everything we talked about, all the bonuses, the course, the support, the coaching, and all you got to do is go to epicauthor.com/academy. After the 100 people are in and we hit 100, the price goes up to $1,000 a month. This is a $12,000 program. It's how I'm going to do it. You can cancel at any time. Actually, we do ask that you stay in for a minimum of 3 months. So we want you to try it out. But what you get is Epic Author Academy, all the bonuses. Get started now for just $500. You have to make one deposit to make that happen. If all this did was finally got your book done, one that was profitable where you put $1 in but you got $2 out, would it be worth it? Of course, like that's ridiculous, right? You put $1 in, you get $2 out. Like I'd just do 1 million of those and then I'd be set. If all this did was help you get your message to more people, would it be worth it? I had a friend pass away this year and he committed suicide. And he had actually got one of my courses. He wanted my help with the book. He quit doing that. I did not know the challenges he was going through, and he took his own life. And he took himself out of his wife's. I'm not going to get into the details here. I don't want to get emotional now. But my belief about how this happened is I thought that if someone was around me and how happy and positive and how I've done, I didn't know that anybody had the ability to make that, to take that route when they're anywhere associated to me. But the truth is, it's happened multiple times that people have checked out of this world before they should have, and they did it on their own volition. I actually believe that your message matters, and that if I was playing my game bigger, which is my mission here, to help you tell your story and craft a message that makes a difference, is that there are people's lives out there that are depending not on me, but on you and your story. If you can help one more person with your message, would it be worth it? I hope you think it is. If all this did was give you the ability to stop all the activities of wasted time of chasing clients, would it be worth it to you? All you got to do is go sign up at Epic Author Academy. Did we just lose the slideshow? Oh, hold on, the link is working. It's taking us right there. So I was going to show you the, oh, you can't see it because I'm not showing that part of the screen. So it opened up the website. But when you open up the website, this is what you'll see. This is that blueprint bonus. Is one of the first things you're going to get. You fill out the Epic Author application. That's your name, your email, and your phone number. And then you're going to go to the blueprint. And what you'll do is just click that button and you're going to sign up for your session. Now, these aren't all the exact dates on there, but I only have a minimal number of availability. Once these are gone, they are gone, and then you'll know that the spots are gone. But if you're, so at any rate, after you do that, you will make a deposit. It's a $500 deposit. And then you'll fill out an application with some simple questions. So we make sure we support you as much as possible, and we will jump into our first blueprint session. I forgot to describe this, but the blueprint session is one that you and I do in this room. It typically is a 2-hour session with no more than 5 people, and I give you a little bit of pre-homework that needs to be done based on your answers to the application. It's not a lot of work, but it'll help you get the most out of this event for you. Now you have 2 choices right now. Your first choice is you could do nothing. You could not take this leap of faith. It's 100% risk-free, but you could choose to do that. The second option is that you pony up a small investment today compared to all the value that you're going to get in return and just give this a shot. And I have a belief that if I can't make you money, then I don't deserve yours. So if you want a money-back guarantee, if you sign up today and you get the bonus blueprint session, if you don't like it for any reason, just let me know and I will give you your money back 100%. Another thing I didn't mention to you is that I love to use case studies as in all of my books and all of our marketing. And so if you want us to make you famous, I would love to tell your success story in one of our books. This is called our Case Study Scholarship. It's another reason why we've got the price so low. We really just want to be able to support you. You have to be investing something, because if you don't pay, you won't pay attention. But we really want to support you here. The real question is whether it's worth gambling a few minutes of your time to check this out, which if it does even half of what we've described on this webinar today, what we've claimed, that is going to pay for itself as soon as you take the first step. The real question is whether you're going to go this alone or you're going to try to do this with our team. What's the average client worth to you? Remember I mentioned before I was going to ask you this question? What is an average client worth to you? Is it $1,000? $5,000? $10,000? Like, is it one time they buy from you? Do they buy from you? Maybe it's a lot less than that. Maybe it's a lot more. But this is important for you to do the math. Or what would you want the average client to be worth to you? My first book is called High Paying Clients. Like, I believe that you have some high ticket offers in you. That's typically, for me, anything over $1,000 or more. My question for you is, how many clients would it take to have you make back your investment? What do you think? If you had the right book, do you think you could add 1 client maybe per month, or 2 clients? How about 5 clients? From there on out, whatever that number is for you, this program would be absolutely free. And that's the intention of this, is I want to give you everything we can to support you. What you'll also get, and we didn't talk about here, is a 12-month publishing plan, not just your pre-launch, but your podcast launch, your hardcover, how to do a special edition launch, how to go ahead and do your ebook launch, your paperback launch, your audiobook launch. We cover all of that in the program. I also give you an email marketing campaign. This is something that is in our Epic Book Marketing Secrets. We give you a 12-month marketing campaign that all of these templates are written for you. All you got to do, comes in a Google Doc. You just go ahead and just change the content to your content. You hit go in your email autoresponder, and for 12 months, you've got a marketing campaign. Now, for those of you that have stayed to the end, I love you. I want to support you. And for staying here, you get some free gifts. This is kind of funny. I wrote this book called The Mule and Magician. This is my 11th best-selling book. It is my gift to you. So that's one of the secret gifts here. You're also going to get the power of storytelling, like I mentioned to you. If you go to epicauthor.com/the mule, you can go ahead and download this book immediately. You'll also get the audiobook that my daughter and I do together. And this is a fable. It's a fairy tale about results and rewards, and I think you're going to love it. I wrote this for you. I wrote this for me. I wrote this for our kids. I wrote this for my daughter. and I think you're going to love it. I'm excited to share this book with you, and I also want you to look at the possibilities. Imagine if you're going to an event or you're speaking at an event and you want to give something away for as a gift. How cool would it be to have a really phenomenal book? And it can be a short book. I think this is only 30 pages or something. This is a short book. But to do this well, you can model everything that we do. I think you're going to love this gift. And we've got more than that for you. You're going to see a little video on this page. You do need to opt in. Give me your email so I know that you got this. But go to epicauthor.com/the mule, and you'll see me right back in this same room here. Now I got one more gift for you, just for staying to the end. Remember I said I've got some? This is a special bonus. I'm going to give you a third ticket to Epic Author Live. I don't know if you got this. There's 3 tickets on this exclusive event piece image here. So I'm going to not just give you 1 ticket, not just give you 2 tickets, but give you 3 tickets. These are $3,500 tickets, but this third ticket is special. It's special because I'm giving it to you so that you can sell it and keep the money. I want to make sure that you can make your investment back on this so that you have enough time to get some momentum. Now, I recommend that you sell it for at least $1,000 and that you not just give this away to somebody, but that you use this. Now, this is not money for me. I am giving you the ticket. You can go ahead and sign them up through our system, and but you get the money. This is for you. This is my gift to you. So again, you have 2 choices. You can do nothing and not take the leap of faith, or you can put in a little bit of money now compared to all the value and give it a shot. Again, you've got a money back guarantee here, so if you don't like it for any reason during the blueprint session, you just need to let me know. This is not for me. For any reason, you get your money back. That is not going to happen, so I would not even think that's an issue. All you got to do is go to epicauthor.com/academy, and what you will see here is the blueprint bonus. Okay, check this out. Follow the arrows. That's what you're going to do. Bing, 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 bing. Email, name and email. Nothing really scary about this. Click the blueprint button. Go to the blueprint. Underneath that is make the deposit. Once you've done number 1, you go back to number 2 and you'll make the deposit. The deposit is right here. It's only $500. You get 100% money back guarantee. You'll go and you fill out the application. I'll give you some pregame homework. We will show up on this session and we will rock and roll, and you will start taking action right now. Go to epicauthor.com/academy, and ladies and gentlemen, we are done. If you have any questions, you can shoot me a support message at support@trevorcrane.com, but I have never put together a better package. I don't know if this is my best presentation ever, but I finally got her done. And I'm excited to be able to send this off to you because nobody attended live because I had to just shoot this as a video to get it to you. But I'm glad I did, and I can't wait to go ahead and see you on our blueprint session. Hopefully you'll be one of the first 20 to sign up so I can gift you all those bonuses. And that's it. Make today magnificent, and I can't wait to see you. And make sure you go get your book bonuses, or the bonuses for staying to the end of this, and scoop up that third ticket. That's pretty cool. I'll talk to you soon.